A sense of urgency when there is no emergency is a sign that we are operating from a place of a conditioned self. I had a pretty tough week. This week I was required to support and clean up a situation that I had no direct influence or control in creating. That's always been a frustrating point for me. On top of that, I did not sleep for several nights in a row because noises around here kept waking me up. So this morning I woke up with an overwhelming sense of urgency to pull out all of my guns and fix the situation once and for all. And by the way, this is the reminder for those of you who do inner work that when you're experiencing survival issues like money stress, or you're cold, you're hungry, you are exhausted, like I've been, those things that you've worked through, the old identities, the old conditioning will flood back and try to regain control because that is the old survival response. But luckily, there are a few things that happened that helped me get out of that place and start acting out of my wisdom, even if I still haven't taken a nap. My name is Anya, and I credit the work that I describe in my book, a book called I Am, in being able to get out of that state in a matter of minutes, to go from completely gripped by urgency to acting out of wisdom and to feeling calm and connected. So the very first thing that helped me to get out of the state of urgency is noticing my state of mind. And I know that my state of mind is something that I want to fix or get out of myself. Not the situation, right? Like if somebody is sick in front of me and I'm helping them, but my own feeling inside is something that I don't want. I want to get rid of it. I want to push it away. I want to fix the world in order to fix the feeling on the inside. That is not the state of mind to be trusted. What it did for me is it gave me a chance to breathe. It's like one of those times when you're having a nightmare and then you remember, oh, wait, I'm dreaming. This is the same way. I'm caught up in the thinking that cannot be trusted because I myself am not in a place of clarity. Once I was in a place of clarity, I recognized that the situation is old and I have already worked through it. And it's okay that the old conditioning flooded back. I was still able to see the difference between who I really was and that old conditioned self, that mask that I so badly wanted to put on and jump into battle. If I hadn't done the work, I would have probably sat down, as I sometimes do, and work through the steps of identity work again so I could detach from that conditioned self. It's actually quite easy to do. You just focus on the situation and you ask yourself, how do I want it to change? And then you imagine that it's not going to change. And then you see what inside of you rises up as panic or opposition to the prospect that the situation isn't going to change. That part that rises up isn't you. It's the conditioning. It's the part that makes you feel helpless over the situation that you're dealing with. By releasing that part, you don't agree to not solving that situation. What you access is a point of complete and independent power that gives you access to options that are much wider and bigger and outside of your current existing set of options. As I started to get my footing, my feelings were still very much agitated, but an internal point of attention was already on my center. And I started hearing my wisdom. And the first thing that occurred to me, that if I did not solve the situation in the next hour completely, or even in the next year, it was okay. I was playing a long game. That was actually quite liberating. I also realized that I was not responsible for choices and feelings of other people, but I could continue showing up and every moment trying to create a little bit of change in the direction that I was working towards. That is all I was responsible for. At this point, I have started calming down and I started accessing this peace that is the baseline of all of our true natures. And what I've noticed about this peace is that it was this beautiful energy that it could be my first contribution to this situation. If I bring this peace to the situation right now, instead of waiting for that peace to be allowed into the situation when it is all solved, I could get a lot further and it could help me stay in that peace moment by moment, continually bringing that peace in whatever moment I am met with. Your true self, that independent part of you that is connected to oneness, connected to God, connected to the universe, is infinitely patient because it does not need anything that is lesser than it to change in order for this true nature to be itself. So it can afford for the unconsciousness to take its time to change. It can afford to wait a short time or a long time because it is independent. And that is the whole point of identity work. It is magical. It's to access that point of independence inside of you that will allow you to be that present human being, that center of peace in every relationship that you participate in. Wayne Dyer often said, infinite patience produces immediate results. And I think that's what he was pointing to. Check out this book on TikTok Shop and have a great day.